disturbs the peace.
Candidates who wish to become one of us and receive the light by which we work.
Is this of their own free will?
It is of their own free will.
Who vouches for these candidates?
I do.
With what authority are you vested that you should authorize the entry of these candidates?
By the authority of the grip vested in me by the master artist.
Master artist, will you advance and confirm this grip?
The grip is right.
You may admit the candidates. Candidates, as the title of the chapter, I am responsible for the maintenance of the peace and order among the members. The uprise of the sword I hold before you is a symbolic of my station. As you proceed through this initiation, I shall be ever near you in your behalf, not without this assurance. If any of you wish to withdraw, please do so at this time. You will now be addressed by the chaplain, who will bestow a blessing upon you.
The candidates will please rise. Maker of the universe, look upon these candidates as members of your fold. Grant them wisdom that they may discern between right and wrong. Give them a benevolent heart and endow them with the desire to keep upon a moral pathway that they may enter into the true satisfaction of our profession. Please be seated.
Who are these strangers who come before the junior artists?
Worthy candidates who have gained admission by order of the master artist. They come to you from the realm of outer darkness, that you may guide them to the pinnacle of life.
It is well, candidates, that you come before me, for I represent the birth of all life. On the threshold of life, you will become aware of the conflicts of humankind. Your pathway will be a rough and rugged one, beset with many obstacles, but always keep in mind the tenements of our sacred fellowship. You now stand on the threshold of a new life, that of fraternal love. In granting you this conception, we are conferred upon you the highest honor in our power. Cherish this endowment, candidates, as a guide in your future life. Now the senior artist will further instruct you.
Who are these people who come before the senior artist?
Worthy candidates who seek your instruction.
By what right do they expect recognition?
By the order of the master artist.
By what authority can the master artist grant this privilege?
By the power vested in their station.
What is this power?
The password of the society.
Will you advance and whisper the password to me? The password is right. Candidates, time passes swiftly onward, repeating itself day by day. Little do we realize that life is swiftly ebbing toward the golden shore. We know not from where we came, nor where our social shall terminate. We do know that we are passing throughout that era of time called life. Let us as individuals live the good life, thus giving due respect to our parentage and to our professional predecessors. Let us make each and every day count. Let us ever strive to render a professional service that will give comfort to the sorrowful, aid to the distressed, and respect to our predecessors. and satisfaction to ourselves. We are playing the game of life with the contestants on the basis of equality. Let us enter the daily fray with a spirit of winning and with honor to humankind, so that when the great scorer comes to write against our names, it will be written, not what we won or lost, but how well we played the game. Now the master artist will further instruct you.
Who are these strangers who come before me?
Worthy candidates who desire to become members of our fellowship and receive the light by which we work.
Candidates, before your wish can be granted, you will be required to take a solemn obligation to the effect that your personal and professional conduct shall always be such as to be credit to our worthy fellowship. And in addition, that you will not divulge any of the secrets of Pi Sigma Eta. I assure you that this obligation will not interfere with your private or professional life beyond the realm of our fellowship. Notwithstanding this assurance, if any of you wish to withdraw, please do so now. The candidates will please stand. And please raise your right hand and say, "I." Then pronounce your name and repeat after me. I, of my own free will and accord, in the presence of all that is sacred and this assembly, do promise and swear that I will at all times and in all places conduct myself in such a manner that is befitting a member of this society and our profession. I further promise and swear that I will be honest, true, and upright in all my dealings with my fellow members. I will support the Constitution, its edicts and requests, and will govern all my business and professional activities in keeping with the high ethical standards taught to me. To all this, I promise, in sincerity, and upon my word of honor, under penalty of being banished from our society. You may be seated. Worthy candidates, you are now entering the last stage of your journey towards membership. Before you lies the face of death, by whose shadow the whole world is darkened. Death is a great adventure, but none need go unconvinced that there is an issue to it. What lies ahead we know not, and yet hope springs eternal in the human breast. Far beyond your mortal vision, the eternal laws hold sway. The hope that rises in our hearts is the hope of all the ages. Candidates, please rise again. You shall now be presented with the password, secret crypt, and the meaning of the symbols. The password is Asclepius, which is the name of the eminent Greek poet-philosopher, whose righteous life was a blessing and inspiration to all. The grip is a variation of the ordinary handshake, with the thumb pressed upon the second knuckle of the member's hand. The Greek letters Pi Sigma Eta represent the professional terms restorative art and embalming. The colors are purple and gold for valor and riches of life. The flower is a white carnation for purity. Our crest is made up of the Greek letters Pi Sigma Eta. The cross is representing selfless sacrifice. The open book representing knowledge. And the scalpel and modeling instrument representing the art and science of embalming and restorative art. You will receive your Pi Sigma cord, certificate, lapel pin, and a white carnation. When your name is read, please come forward, sign the record. We'll open the black book that we're pointing at. Sign the record for this Alpha Omega chapter of Pi Sigma Eta, and follow the table to return your receive your fraternal vows. Then you'll be able to return to your seat. Please be seated.
Amarella. Robert Driscoll. Maggie Esposito Russell. Sarah Meadows.
Yes, Sarah.
Peyton O'Connor. Lily Provo. Austin Maria.
And now, on behalf of the Supreme Council of our worthy fellowship, I pronounce you members of Pi Sigma Eta, and formally present you as the newest members of the Alpha Omega chapter. We are privileged to have with us today various members of our administration, leadership. Anybody want to say anything? No? All right, we're good. All right. On your program, there is, and everyone can join in here, we have the funeral director's prayer. You're going to repeat after me for those that didn't grab the program on the way in, because I stuck it in the hallway to get it. Give me the patience needed to service everyone as my own.
Give me the patience needed to service everyone as my own.
The wisdom to understand others' feelings.
The wisdom to understand others' feelings.
The knowledge to learn as well as to instruct.
The knowledge to learn as well as to instruct.
The kindness to treat everyone equally at all times.
The kindness to treat everyone equally at all times.
The grace to accept words of thanks and praise.
The grace to accept words of thanks and praise.
The compassion to be able to touch another soul.
The passion to be able to touch another soul.
The pride and the right to smile.
The pride and the right to smile.
When I have served a family well.
When I have served the family well.
And Lord, most importantly.
And Lord, most importantly.
The right to shed an honest tear.
The right to shed an honest tear.
When my heart is touched.
When my heart is touched.
Lord, make me thankful that I am a funeral director.
Lord, make me thankful that I am a funeral director.
We can now adjourn to the hallway. For those that don't know, I will explain kind of what you just went through and what you just witnessed. So this ceremony's been around for a while. Pi Sigma Eta, as a whole, was started in something 30-something. I'm the executive director of the institution. I can't remember. But we have been around for a while. We have chapters throughout the country. There's 58 funeral institutions. About half of them do have chapters of Pi Sigma Eta. So basically, this is the fraternal fellowship of funeral students, and it carries into their profession as well. And our chapter is Alpha Omega, as I mentioned. For these students to get to this point, they have to have completed about 30 credits in the program. So if they transferred things in, that doesn't count unless they were transferred in as part of our curriculum. 30 credits does give them about halfway through the program, plus or minus, their second semester, the end of their second semester. And that guarantees that these students have reached a milestone where they haven't taken simple classes. They've made it to a point where they're taking major specific classes that are difficult, classes that a lot of people actually don't pass. So to get here, they've reached that milestone. Now is where we set that milestone very specifically. At that point of a 3.0, they have, 30 credits, they have to have a 3.0 or higher GPA. So give them a round of applause for actually making it. Put into perspective of those that sit in front of you, our program is fairly large, okay? And they filled up, that's 8 seats, okay? So just to give you how difficult it is for these students to actually make it to this point. Right? If any of you